Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be, and welcome to today's Caffeine for the Soul. All week we've been talking about your amazing mind, and today we're going to be talking about another aspect of that amazing mind, which is your built-in GPS system, your internal navigational system. There's a new game out at the moment called Pokemon Go, which if you're in America, you've definitely heard of, and if you're not in America, it's coming soon. And my daughter introduced me to it. It's been out a week now. And basically, they use the GPS system of your phone, and there are Pokemon all over the world. And you, using the GPS of the phone, you can walk around and you can find them and you can catch them all. Now, you probably know your GPS more from a car, which is the way that you now, everyone now seems to get around in a car. When I was traveling in Europe, everybody had the little Garmin devices. Here in the States, most cars now have built-in navs, or most people just use their phone to navigate their way around. Well, we humans have a similar function. And that internal GPS is our sense of knowing. Now, for me, I used to only be able to make use of that internal sense of knowing when it hit me over the head. So I remember when I was 19 years old, I was an acting student in Dallas, and I went to see a play in Boston called 6 Characters in Search of an Author by Luigi Pirandello. And I remember in the interval, in the I forget what you call it in America, the bit between Act 1 and Act 2, intermission. In the intermission, I remember thinking, oh, I need to go to England. And it was so clear, it was such a knowing, it was a no-brainer, that the fact that I didn't know how to go to England, I didn't know where to go, I didn't know what to do, it didn't matter, because I knew. And it took about a year, and because I finished school, but I applied to drama schools, got into drama school, moved to London, wound up living there for 14 years, meeting my wife, having my first 2 children, and it was just a knowing. Now, similarly, in 1999, I had another knowing. Oh, it's time to go to LA. Again, completely out of the blue, hadn't been in my mind, hadn't been something I'd been thinking about, but such a sense of absolute clarity and absolute knowing that there was no question about it. And the fact that my wife wasn't really keen, my kids weren't really keen, I was going to commute. And in the end, they did decide to come with me, and we've all lived happily ever after. But that knowing to me seemed amazing, but not reliable. Because once every 14 years, I didn't feel like I could kind of live my life that way. I thought, you know what, I better just have a plan for the ensuing 14 years till the next time I know. As I've started to see that we live in a world of thought, that our moment-by-moment reality is being created by our thinking, and that underneath all that thought is a deeper world, a world of deeper feeling, a world of knowing, my thinking has settled down, and in the quieter mind that I spend most of my time in, that knowing system turns out to be talking to us all the time. And you can actually navigate by it. So let me give you a 2-part experiment today, just to wake up to your internal nav system, to your factory preset GPS. First, I want you to jot down or just think about 3 or 4 times where you've just known. You just known what to do. You just known the next thing. And it worked out great. It didn't work out great. But it was an absolute knowing. And to this day, you just know that you knew. And what were the characteristics of that? What did it feel like? How did you know that you knew? And then today, just you can take an hour, you can take 20 minutes to just go with your knowing. To just deliberately see what you know to do and do it. And notice what you could feel about the difference between going with your knowing and other ways that you may try to navigate your life. Now, I'm sure we'll be talking more about knowing in this internal nav system and this GPS over the course of these podcasts. If you want to share what you're learning, if you want to explore this with a community of like-minded people, join the Inside Out community on Facebook. Just go to Facebook, type in Inside Out Community. If you're not already a member, you can apply to be a member, and we'll get you in as quick as we can. And then you can actually share what you're exploring and read what other people are exploring on the page. But for today, that's just a simple way to start. Have fun, learn heaps, and happy exploring. I'll talk to you tomorrow.